All right, hello, everybody. Already having problems, which I expected. Hello, hey, hello, Yaneli. Hello, Spadazzled. Let me see what the heck is wrong. My device is too hot. My device is too hot to handle. I am actually doing this. I'm hoping to use my phone as a top-down camera today, and because I don't even know if I brought my second webcam from home. I don't know who I am or where I am or what I'm doing. Can my device? It's not too hot. I swear. I'm gonna take it out of its. Case. Is what I'm gonna do. I'm unplugging it and taking it out of its case. How is everybody? Hello. I haven't streamed in a hot second. I haven't streamed in 84 years. But I am back today, and I'm gonna do a very, very simple mani. Right now, you are peering into my garage. Into my studio in my RV. Is where we are today. Dang, I need to clean my phone. I need to clean my phone case. It is raining. We're in South Carolina right now. And it's wild how long it has been since I have been on the West Coast. I don't even know what to do with myself. All right. We got my phone. My phone is a little warm. My phone isn't complaining about my phone being too hot. Only my computer is complaining about my phone being too hot. Ah, it did it. Okay. There we go. There. Now it's doing a thing. Hold on. We're gonna rotate this counterclockwise, and then I'm gonna do something to it. You better not get too hot, phone, or I'm gonna be all sorts of disappointed in you. But honestly, this is just gonna have to be like a testes stream, PBH, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I don't know anything. Hello. I'm so glad this is a wonderful surprise for you. I wanted to stream last week. Last week we were in Virginia. I need to is this fog or is this fog in my glasses? We were in Virginia for a week and a half after being in West Virginia for about a week. And I was like, okay, when we get to Virginia, I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna set up the stream. And we got there and our internet was bad. It was a bad internet time. Maybe I'll keep this unplugged. We're not plugged in right now on my phone. And sometimes when you're literally fogging your glasses up every 5 seconds, you get sick of it. And that's what's happening to me right now. Oh my goodness. So yeah, blah. That's what I have to say. But yeah, our internet was super duper bad when we were in Virginia. It actually wasn't that bad. The download speeds weren't that bad. It was the upload speeds. The upload speeds were not. Hello! No, Vero, I was so sad. And we drove, hello Vero, I love you. We drove through, on the freeway. We drove through, Huntington, West Virginia, home of the McElroys. And I was like, I would love to go to there. I really want, so there is a donut shop in Huntington, West Virginia, where the McElroy brothers are from. My brother and me, the Adventure Zone, them boys are from. And they talk about this place a lot. It's called Treasure Chest Donuts or Pirate, something about pirates or treasure chests. And I was gonna go to there because at one point the guy who owns it he posted on Facebook just all of these donuts, and then he had written nobody beats the old man, Beets, the old man. And I was like, I so desperately want to go to there and meet the old man that nobody beats, Beets. And speaking of BTS, I have another thing to say. But we did not have time. By the way, like, since we left West Virginia, there has been, since we left Virginia, or in Virginia, Virginia is an incredible location, and I'll tell you why. The biodiversity of insects that entered my RV in Virginia makes me feel positive about the world rebuilding, and it makes me feel very negative about insects in my RV. Like, oh my god, the bug game in the South, it's incredible. It's honestly incredible. It's amazing. And I would like them all to leave me the fuck alone. But no, there was no McElroy sightings. I was really hoping, because I went to a Fallout festival. I went to it's like the Fallout Fan Celebration East, or as they're calling it, the Wasteland Jamboree. And now they're calling the Fallout Fan Celebration West that I went to last year, they're calling that Mojave Mayhem. They used to just call it the party at the end Mojave Mayhem. And I kind of thought at the time, why not call the whole ass thing Mojave Mayhem? And then I guess they heard me and probably other people, and they were like, we should do that. So yeah, that's where I was. And I thought, because it was in West Virginia, and because the McElroys are so interwoven into Fallout, for example, if you don't know, like, the lore of the McElroys, Justin and Griffin, the oldest and youngest brother, Griffin was born a day after me. One day after me, Griffin McElroy was born. If I'm not mistaken, it was April 17th, 1987, and I was born the day before. But yeah, I'm like, my brain is just like, wait, what was I saying? Anyway, so they started Polygon, the video game journalism thing. I don't actually think they're involved anymore. Welcome back, Southern California. Hello, Toon says, who are you? Someone managed to avoid being next door to potential industrial disaster. Good timing. Yes, an industrial disaster is right by my house. I forgot who Toonses is, but you, I believe, are someone from my real life. Or you're from IRL. Yeah. So I own a home still, but I don't live there, and we are selling it in Anaheim, California, which is right next to Garden Grove, California. And there is an industrial disaster imminent happening. A bunch of people got evacuated, and I looked at the map because I was like, that is literally one city over. Like, sometimes I don't know if I'm in Anaheim or if I'm in Garden Grove. And yeah, it luckily was not, nobody was getting evacuated from Anaheim. So it would have to go past Disneyland. Like, if you're going down Harbor, there's my end of Anaheim, there's Disneyland, and then there is Garden Grove. So, like, it would have to, Disneyland would have to be evacuated too. So I guess I would probably hear Disneyland being evacuated over a big tub, whatever, of chemicals. I would have heard about that, probably. So yeah, I had to check that out, because I'm like, holy crap, is that going to our house? I don't know. But anyway, the McElroy brothers started Polygon. Also, do Monster Factory. They created the Final Pam, who is their monster that they made to play Fallout 4. And if you go into Fallout 76, you can find a house, and this was at launch. At launch, hello! Oh, hello! At launch, there was like a special house in Fallout 76 that had a bunch of Easter eggs about the McElroy brothers, and specifically their Fallout 4 run with Final Pam. Hello, Jadoob! So yeah, I was thinking perhaps I will see specifically a Justin McElroy, because he is, he lives there. Perhaps a Clint McElroy, who also lives there, who is their dad, who's on the Adventure Zone. And I am a huge fan of every McElroy brother. Mostly Griffin and Justin. The other one though is still my brother, and I still love him. And occasionally he does do a banger of a joke or something. But I was really hoping. I was really hoping. Slash not hoping, because you can't disappoint a picture. Last time I came face to face with the McElroys, it was at a distance. At a distance, I came face to face with them, and I was in a costume that they would not let me wear a mask. This was pre-COVID. Nowadays, they'd be like, come on in, I don't give a crap. But they wouldn't let me wear... I was dressed up as Roswell, which is a very complicated character to describe from the Adventure Zone. But basically, part clay golem, part bird, wearing armor. And I didn't have my face armor on. I wasn't allowed to wear that in. So, like, they were like, stand up in the audience if you are cosplaying today. And I did, and I got, like, at least 2 of them looking right at me, and their minds going, what the fuck is she? Who's that supposed to be? And I was like, look. You don't know me, clearly. But anyway, I did not see Justin. I did see Daddy. I did see Daddy again. Daddy being Wes Johnson, who I always want to call Wes Anderson, and it's gonna be this way until I start calling Wes Anderson Wes Johnson, and I'm sure that's gonna happen. I just need to have for the time to come for me to say Wes Johnson, so Wes Anderson. He plays many roles in Fallout. Some of my favorite ones are, of course, the Protectrons in Fallout 3, and I think Fallout 3, definitely Fallout 4. And he plays all the super mutants except for like Strong, the hello Nikki. Except for Strong, who is your companion. He plays Fox, which is my favorite super mutant in the series, from Fallout 3. He plays the Silver Shroud, but important to me, he plays Sheogorath in Oblivion, specifically Oblivion Remastered. And I am continuing to have an Oblivion moment. I'm continuing, when you last saw me, by the way, Bromsy is here. The boy is here. He's very dirty because he keeps falling down. And he's very dirty. You're a dirty boy. I have to punish him. You know how it is. But anyway, I've been showing a lot of people this picture, and they don't know who. Not necessarily. Okay, not necessarily this picture. Thank you. But the picture of me dressed as him, except for, and they might be here because they follow me on Instagram. I met this lovely human working at a CVS. You know me and people who work at drugstores. I'm referring to Nikki's Nails, who does not work there anymore. But anyway, I met a lovely human at a CVS in Virginia, and we bonded over our love of Suspiria, but not the remake, and all that other jazz. And I did show them the picture of me as Bromsy, and they knew who it was, and I was like, you are, thank you. Like, you're a real one. You're absolutely a real one. I've been getting along with a lot of cashiers. A lot of cashiers and me were getting along just fine. I don't know why. You've got to be like a cool alt chick to be a cashier in the world. That's like what you have to be. So me and cashiers are just having kind of our lunch. But yeah, so I did see Wes Johnson, and last time I saw him, I gave him a button that said Daddy on it, and it has his Sheogorath character, who actually looks a lot like him. And when he's not doing Fallout stuff, he cosplays as Sheogorath. So I've got to get my Jenny character from Oblivion to a convention that he is out. Who is this breasty man? I recognize him. That's Bronzy. Have you seen The Boy? We considered watching it for my birthday, but then Danny and I just hung out instead. This is Bromsy. He is a twist ending to a movie that few people have ever seen. Hello, Vex. How are you doing? I know that your name is Peggy, but I always want to call you Patty, so I'm just going to call you Vex, because if I don't, I'm just going to call you Patty, and it's going to be Susan all over again, and I can only have one person who I, like, canonically always call the wrong name. Yes, I saw you streamed, and I was very glad it was at 2 and not at 4, because I was like, I'm going to do this at 4:30. Wait, your name is Peggy, right? Not Patty. I know it's a P. I know you're a P word. I just, yes, thank you. Okay, thank you. So I'm just gonna call you Vex. Your name is there. Because it's there, and I can see it. You're a P word, can't confirm. Excellent, excellent. I'm an S word. I'd rather be a C word. All things considered. It's Susan. Yes. Everybody's Susan. Everybody is Susan. But yeah, so I saw Daddy. I gave him a new button because the ones that I made last time were not as good as the new one that I made. So I gave Daddy a new button, and I said, does it make him uncomfortable that my last name's a C word, actually. So I am in some ways a C word and a G word as well. And I asked him, and he said no, because he is a daddy. And I was like, I should have taken the opportunity. I'm always so worried, because I know I'm not the most feral person on the outside. I know that when it comes to fans of these people, I am probably on the very mild, respectable. I don't think I'm a big old fucking weirdo that they're like, not this chick again. I think I'm just like a chick that they see, and they do remember, which is great. But I was like, I still get so worried. I get so worried that they're gonna be like, this chick is too horny and parasocial and having a thing. And when he said, I am a daddy, I should have said, yeah, you are. But for some reason, I like couldn't bring myself to put that upon him. I'm like, no, I'm not going to sexualize you. And I'm like, but maybe I coulda. I don't know. But yeah, so I saw him, and that was absolutely lovely. He is just such a great dude. And do I have what he wrote me? I know I have it. I just don't know exactly where it is right now. I started carrying around my, like, my goodies that I get at these things in, like, a big, like, portfolio binder so that, like, they don't get hurt. But anyway, I have it on my phone. He wrote me, so, like, I was talking to him. I will start doing my nails soon. They are jacked. This is Pumpkin Vibes by Kathleen and Company, or as we like to call it, Caramel Apple Vibes. But it's not shifting very well, because like we're sitting in a very bright light right now. We've got a lot of light coming from different angles. Anyway, so was I talking? Oh yeah. So I was talking to him, and I gave him the button, and like, I wish you could just tip these guys, because like I don't always have something for them to sign or do. And there's not always something I want them to, you know, like, they always have things for you to sign, but there's not always something I want them to sign. And that's what you pay for. I guess they can get a picture, and I can pay for that. But I do want to give them some money, because I have a theater degree, so I know enough to know they're not getting paid enough. I know that they need some money from this. So I was, like, talking to him, and I was looking through his, pictures that he brought, and I came upon the picture of, and this is gonna sound like absolute gibberish if you're not into Oblivion or the Elder Scrolls at all, but I saw a picture of Lucien Lachance, or Lucien Lachance. Is my music, like, can you hear my music at all? I don't even know if I care. But, I saw this picture of Lucien Lachance, who he also voices. Lucien Lachance is a person who gets you into the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion. And then when you have to, spoiler alert, kill everybody in the Sanctuary, everybody in the Dark Brotherhood with you, he is the one who tells you you must do it. And because it's the Dark Brotherhood, it's not a personal thing. He's not, like, happy to tell you to do this, but it is, like, something you have to do because there is a traitor and it's got to be done. So it's like, I was really mad at him because I fell in love with my hideous vampire boyfriend, Vicente, who is your first quest giver. So much so that I have, like, a lot of this fanfic written. I'm trying to write this fanfic, like, before I release a single page. So, like, anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my stream, which is my TED Talk. Anyway, so, like, I was mad at this guy. I even tried to kill him in game, but he's essential. And I pointed that out, and I was like, I'm actually really mad at that character because he made me kill my beloved Vicente. And I pointed to my button I was wearing, which was my Vicente till death button, which I don't have on me right now, but I could probably find on, like, Discord. Is my Discord? Can I cord the disc? Don't be switching. Don't be switching on me. I can, like, open up. I actually have somebody doing a commission right now of Vicente. Which, like, I don't know if I'm allowed to... They probably wouldn't mind if I showed it. But I can show you the daddy button and the Vicente button. Oh, and I also have what he wrote to me. So anyway, can I screen share? Can the screen share come from... I'm gonna have to... I have to, like, screen share my... I don't know if it's gonna allow me to... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Display capture. Do this. Whoa. Okay. I'm just gonna put... I'm gonna say okay. And then I'm just gonna put this. Wow, it's all up in my... So yeah, that's Vicente. And there's Daddy. I was wearing that button. And so I was like, yeah, because, like, frickin' Lucy and LeChance made me kill my beloved Vicente. And then I had this idea. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? I was like, hey, can you take this picture of Lucy and LeChance? And can you have him apologize? Can you have him apologize to my character Jenny for making me kill my beloved Vicente? And he totally did. And it was actually so sweet. I, like, nearly was, like, crying. I was at the Fallout function, nearly crying over this letter. I don't even know if you can see it because I can't, like, see. Yeah, there it is. It says, dearest Jenny, my most sincere apologies for having you dispatch your dearest love, Vicente. I miss him as well, Lucian. And I'm like, why are you making me sob at the Fallout function? Last time he wrote a letter to Jenny, I said I just wanted him to sign something to his successor. Because you become Sheogorath. You become him. And it all fits. I actually told him, like, the plot, how my character, like, resurrects Vicente, and I felt like the world's biggest fucking nerd. More so than ever before. And I was also, like, having trouble getting it out of my mouth. It was a lot, but I'm like, you know what, like, the thing that I love about Wes Johnson...
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Hello! Oh my god, hello. The thing I love about Wes Johnson is that I have seen him, oh my god, 49 months. 49. I have seen him, like, take things to other actors to be signed. So I know that I know that he's not like these fucking freaks. You know? He's not like these weirdos, I'll tolerate them. He's like, I am, like, in the trenches with you, going to events, getting DVDs signed. So, like, he's a very, very cool dude. And then there's Peter Jessup, who plays Paladin Danse, who I got a picture with in his power armor, so dressed as Paladin Danse. And when I approached these guys this time, I was like, hey, I met you in, I like just tell them, I lay it out. I met you in Las Vegas. I gave you a button. So that, like, if they remember me, they can remember me. So I was like, hey, like, we met in Las Vegas. I gave you a button. And he was like, oh, yeah, just this morning. He's like, it was also like a bottle opener, right? They give him a button and a bottle opener of the same button. And I was like, yeah. He was like, just this morning, I was looking for a bottle opener and I couldn't find one. And then I remembered that I'd gotten out your button, or your bottle opener thing was also a bottle opener. He said it in a way that made sense. And I used it just this morning. And I was like, A, drinking beer early in the morning. We stand. And B, holy crap. So I literally squealed when he said that. And luckily, he seemed to think that was very, very cute. So that made me really happy that he thought that was cute. I'm going to attempt to, Here is an empty thing of nail polish remover. Danny, are you here? Can you speak? I have no idea how my anything is performing or behaving. So I guess I could open up my Twitch. Everything looks okay from here. Everything looks okay from here. But I don't know how my ping is, how my latency is. I don't know shit. I don't get stuff, and I don't understand things. As you all know. But yeah, I did squeal, and he did, like, smile and laugh in a nice way. And so I felt like, your headphones are all the way out, so you can barely hear anything. What did you ask me? If you're here and you can... Okay, everything was fine so far. Excellent. You didn't say anything. You didn't say anything. So I wanted to make sure that, like, I wanted to make sure that you were with us. I was like, knock 3 times. Knock 3 times, Danny. Knock 3 times. If you can see my foggy ass glasses. They're as foggy as my ass. Which is foggy. I'm doing the reverse of what I was doing, which I was before. Hello! Oh my goodness, thank you! Oh,
Verilyn cheered X100.
Thank you for the hype train. I believe if we get it to level 1, everybody will get a little prize. Everybody will get a little emote. And we'll all be so happy. But yes, we just got back from checking the house. It's looking so beautiful. Can't wait to show off. Yes. Assuming you get it picked up the other time. You better. You better, girl. You better work. I suppose. I don't know. Okay. I think I'm gonna stamp. Because Danny gave me this beautiful stamping plate. So I think I'm gonna do just like a very simple stamping scenario. Unfortunately, I don't know what the hell happened to my black stamping polish. I have looked for it, unsuccessfully forever. And so I have a few other stamping polishes. Perhaps this green is like the vibe we're gonna have today. And so if we're gonna do that green, I honestly think that a cool thing to go over would be Pandemonium by, whatchamacallit, by that one company. I do have my smudge-free top coat. Yes, that was one thing. I do not have freaking nail art brushes. That's like the one thing I don't have. And I feel like I remember being like, do I want... Or I can also do this teal. God, you've been working. Did I say something besides Monarch? It's a Monarch, yes. It is Monarch. Hello, Holly! Hello! I also have this one. So these are both good stamping polishes. Those are both good. Let me get out my base coat, my top coat, my other shit that I use. And then, what do I want in my other hand? Because I feel like I should do something different on my other hand. I do have Mascot by Cadillac. I only have this one box of nail polish. I only have one box of nail polish. Holly, you got here just in time to miss the majority of my complete nerd out that I did about Fallout, the Fallout celebrities that I met at the fan celebration. And they're the same ones I met last year. They're the same people, but I love them more every time I see them. Sorry, I'm just moving my shit back. I'm moving my shit back. Ow! I was just putting down something that it kind of did a hurty. Woo! Oh my gosh. Oh! I don't even have a silicone hat. I mean, I do have it somewhere in here. I don't know where I have it in here. But I got it somewhere in here. But I don't have it, like, on my person. So luckily, this little floor slide out is pretty acetone proof. So I think we're going to be okay. How have you been, Holly? It has been a long time. I mean, I've seen many of you at our, at Bingo, which Bingo on Sunday, I believe, which is a travel day for me. So I'm going to be arriving in Texas, because I'm going to be in Texas. I'll be arriving in Texas, and then immediately it's going to be Bingo time. Be like, are you ready for Bingo, motherfuckers? And you're going to be like, yeah. Danny, okay, here's the thing. Texans be like all about their state. Sorry, I'm hearing a noise. Texans are all about their state. And Hubs and I spent about a week in Texas on our way. Do you want to do Bingo on Tuesday? I mean, we could do Bingo on Tuesday. Is that something that is a thing that you want to do? That's up to you, girl. I mean, if it would be easier for you and it'd be easier for me, it could be easier for us together. Anyway, Texans are all about their state. We have now been to several states on our way from California to West Virginia and back. And I gotta say, Texas, other than, see, I love Nevada, and I love California because I live there, and it's where everyone I know is, and all my stuff is. But other than those, we've liked Texas the best. It was the prettiest camp we've stayed in. Maybe with the exception of the one we stayed in West Virginia. The place we stayed in West Virginia was gorgeous. It was so beautiful. But so was Lake Tawakoni, where we stayed in Texas. And like, there's a big lake, and there were lily pads. It was so beautiful. You've been so confused with the calendar since Memorial Day was earlier than usual. Yeah, I was kind of confused about Memorial Day too. My sister's birthday is on the 29th, so like I was like, wait, is it her birthday? Has her birthday arrived? Am I missing her birthday? And no, I have not been. Yeah, Memorial Day's been weird. Yeah, Texas is pretty good. I gotta say, like, Texas has its problems. We saw a lot of signs that I wish we didn't see when we were in Texas. But I also have to say, like, everybody, you can visit us anytime that isn't the week of July 17th. We are going back, but we are doing the Northern United States next year. We are doing the Northern United States next year, so you might be able to pop up to Regina and experience it. But when we get back to the West Coast, Best Coast, we aren't leaving. We're staying in Nevada and California until then. Until we start our next long ass trip. And hopefully by then, we'll have, our growing pains will be lesser, because the growing pains, they've been painful. Your travel sounds so fun. I hope you're having a great time. I'm trying, Holly. I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard. RVing isn't easy. And I just broke our fucking awning. And that's going to be approximately $1 million to fix. Not $1 million, but like, oh my god, had I just not left it out last night, I was like, oh, it's raining, but it's not windy. And generally, you gotta watch out for wind, but but I thought not rain. And I was like, it's fine. It's fine. We'll leave our awning up. It'll be fine. It wasn't fine. It wasn't fine. Everything is $1 million for real. For real. Except we did get 2 things done to our truck that were like way cheaper than we expected. So that was nice. But I thought this house remodel would be cheap, but damn, no. It is, it's slightly and very exhausting. It's so exhausting. And it's also really cool and really fun. And everybody we've met has either had the good sense to not talk politics in these southern and midwestern and whatever states, or has been like outspokenly liberal. And it has been so nice. We went to a Waffle House. Sorry, Danny, I went to a Waffle House without you. But we went to a Waffle House. And we were talking to the chick working there, and she was lovely. And we were talking, she was asking us about California, and she was like, oh, I really want to go to California. And we, as we do, when we talk about California, we complain about gas prices because the gas prices in California, although in many ways I agree with the gas prices in California. In some ways I do, and in some ways I don't. There's some things in California, like, there's some ways that the taxes go too far, and then, and hurt, like, tax the rich, tax the billionaires, like, all, tax it all. I have mixed feelings about gas, because gas is bad, and using gas is bad, and it's bad for the environment, but also, like, people need it to, like, get to work and stuff, and, like, it's a tough one. But anyway, point is, we were complaining about gas prices because it is something to complain about. And then the chick who was working at the Waffle House goes, well, every time I see those high gas prices, I just say, thanks, Trump. Thanks, Trump. And we were just like, and there were some old ladies like sitting at the table, like next to us. So like, this chick was at work, old lady sitting next to us. And like, she was just like saying it like it was. I was like, girl, like, yes. Yes, queen. Yes, preach. It was very, very good. Do I want to like bring my nails down at all? I do have my cuticles are like my whole nail situation is a disaster. It's a total disaster. And that's okay. You know, we can't be everything to everybody all the time. I can't be making so many freaking props, I already am. I'm already preparing for the next Fallout fan celebration. Because I'm doing a lot with the next Fallout fan celebration. More than I expected I was going to be doing. Yeah, right? Good for her. But yeah, so that's been like our experience. Is like, people are either polite and they're not going to bring up shit, or they're going to be polite and they're also going to like be very openly leftist. And I love that. The working class, the service workers of this country, I am seeing they are not, they're not conservative overall. Unless they own the place. But yeah, Virginia was interesting. You know, we met a few cool people there. Overall, though, it was our least favorite state to visit that we actually, like, stayed in for a time. And we stayed there for the longest of any of the states that we have visited other than Nevada, which is like, you know, kind of almost our home state now. But that was just because, like, we weren't at 1,000 trails. We were part of the 1,000 trail system, and we weren't at 1,000 trails when we were in West Virginia, and so we were like paying out of pocket for our lodging. So we were like, let's just get to the nearest 1,000 trails. Hello, Melissa. Hello. And like, we were like, let's get to the nearest 1,000 trails and just like relax. For a hot second, let's just like frickin' relax. So we did. We did frickin' relax. I'm going to do a bit of cute care. Let's do a bit of cute care, everybody. When was the last time you oiled your cutes? Mine was a few days ago. Which isn't enough. It's not enough. And I know it. And you know it. And we all know it. We all know it's not enough. But yeah, I can't talk too much about this because it's all in early stages of planning. So everything that I know. Oh wow, I'm beating Danny. Look. Someday I'll be, this right here. Look. Miss P word. This is the first step. What we're doing right now, me getting on stream and doing my nails, this is step 1. This is like cutting a hole in the box. I totally know that feel, though. I totally know that feel. I totally get that when I am up on it. When I get up on it, I feel like that as well. But my nails are so jacked right now, and I don't mean that in like they're so buff and toned. I mean they're just jacked the fuck up. They're so jacked up right now. And we're gonna rescue them. We're gonna rescue them. I've been doing, you know, I didn't even paint my nails. I didn't even paint my nails to be cherry bomb. I almost always paint my nails red to be cherry bomb. I usually, because of like, you know, just how my life is up to the point where I am being her every time where I'm busy and I'm making stuff, usually my nails aren't like a design. But they're usually at least red. They weren't even red. They were just like fucking chipped. They were just chipped and ugly. So I got a lot. You also broke a nail in the whole process. Not surprising, still sad. Yes, the P is for moisturize. Absolutely. That's what I love about you. You're so moisturized. Yeah, Danny, you missed when I told Beck. I said, I always forget if you're Peggy or Patty. And I know that you're Peggy. But like, I'm so afraid I'm gonna call you Patty and you're not gonna be Patty. That I'm just gonna call you Beck. But I know you're a P word. And so we've been joking about her being a P word. And how we all wish we were C word. And then I was like, technically, I'm technically a C word. It's my last name. But mostly I'm an S word. Mostly. But anyway, so yeah, I didn't even do that. I did have such a good time. I mean, okay, I had such a good time at part of the festival. Hanging out, meeting the people, meeting the celebrities to me, again, people who are celebrities to me, the actors, was wonderful. That was so great, and they were so lovely. I did get cornered immediately. You're right. That's exactly what we were saying. Everybody can just be a Susan today. As soon as I entered, I was the first person, I think the second actually person who was at the meet and greet when I went after their lunch. I went in, and the first people who like come at me are freaking, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he plays Boone from Fallout New Vegas, who is a very popular character. And he plays Thackeray Binks, the cat, not the boy. He plays Binks the cat in Hocus Pocus, which is very, very cool. I'm not a huge fan of New Vegas, which I swear I'm gonna get murdered one of these days because I do this Fallout stuff in Vegas, and everybody's like, how can it not be your favorite game that's ever existed? And I have a very simple answer for that. In Fallout 3, they're like, go find your dad. And I'm like, yes, I'll go find my dad, who is voiced by Liam Neeson. I will go reverse taken Liam Neeson because I love him and he's my dad. He's the best. In Fallout 4, they're like, go find your son. And I'm like, okay, I care slightly less than I did about Liam Neeson, but like, I can put myself in the headspace of like someone who would do this and who would give a shit. We can like get there. We can like, you know, and like we're doing good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff happening in Fallout 4. You're being like a good, in both of these games. Yeah, reverse Taken, reverse Ponyo. Exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly. Reverse Porkies. Yeah, and then New Vegas is reverse Porkies. So like, but yeah, in addition to finding your dad and finding your son and doing whatever, in those games, you are like being, well, you could be a bad guy, but you're like, you can go be a good guy. You can go save everybody, you can fix everything, you can have a good time and be like, yay, I'm the good guy. I get to do what no one ever does. No one ever is able to do. IRL, and just have the good guy win, and it's gonna be me. You know? My fantasy. They're being good and bad, and I'm on the good side, and we win. Like that's what I like to fantasize about. And I know, basic bitch bullshit. I realize. And I'm not always that way. I am writing a fan fiction about literal murderers, who are both murderers. And they both got their reasons, but at the end of the day, they're both murderers. But anyway, I like that. In Fallout New Vegas, it's like Chandler from Friends just shot me in the head, and now I'm gonna go find him. And I'm like, hold up. I don't want to find him. Hello, Sark. Hello. I miss you so much. You and one other KJ are the only good KJs in the world. I want you to know. Everybody else can suck my dick. But anyway, hello, Kendall. So yeah, I'm like, I don't need to find Chandler. I don't need to go all over New Vegas. Like, in New Vegas, there's like kind of a good guy faction in the NCR who I support. A lot of people in the show, they really covered this well, because in the new season of the show, like, spoilers for the Fallout show, which I highly recommend, even if you haven't played the game, it's a really good show. Like, the main character's dad, who's played by Kyle MacLachlan, is like, oh, the NCR, the Legion, they're all the same. And the Legion's like slavers and stuff. Hello, DMC! Hello! It's amazing that it's your first stream. That's crazy. You haven't been here so long. Hello, Halo. I haven't been here in so long. This is my first stream in like 6 months or more. Like, such a long time. Such a dang long time. Because I have been on the road. I live in an RV. I'm in an RV right now. I'm in a garage in an RV. But yes, welcome. That's not my base coat. And he's like, they're all the same. And then Lucy, main character, well, arguably the main character, is like, yeah, one of them are like murdering slavers, and the other is like mildly problematic. Like, no, they're not the same. But yeah, but like, it's a lot less like cut and dried, and you feel a lot less good about, like, in my opinion, you're not like, I'm the good guy in New Vegas. And a lot of people love that. A lot of people love that. And like, I'm glad. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad they love it. Like, people are so excited about it, but it's just not my favorite. It's just not my favorite. I like, nowadays, I guess I like Fallout 4 the best. But like, overall, I think that Fallout 3 is a better game. I don't know where I was headed with this. But yeah, I had a really good time though. So I went to the immersion zone after I met the actors. Oh, Oh, that's what I was saying. Is that I got cornered by the guy who was famous for Fallout New Vegas, who I'm like, you're cool, but I'm not a big Fallout New Vegas fan, and I haven't spent more than like a few minutes with your character. And the other one was, his name is Dave, I believe, from the show. And do not get me wrong, I love this man in the show. I love this man in the show. He's so cute. He is the cutest dude in the show. But I didn't want to talk to him that much. I was like, over there is Wes Johnson, and I'm gonna go direct to Daddy. This is a Daddy direct line. A direct line to Daddy, and I'm going. And they were like, hi! And I'm like, get back to the damn table! Was I talking to you? I did go and get assigned. I had the guy who voiced Boone sign one of my NCR buttons. And I also got a signed picture of Binks the cat from him. Because I felt bad just like being like, hi, I'm gonna go see Wes Johnson now. But yeah, so pro tip. If you are at a meet and greet and you're one of the actors, and there's a bunch of actors to meet and greet, don't just like accost the first person to come in and assume that they want to meet and greet you. You're lovely. You gotta go help you get it up. I can't wait to see you! Okay, thank you, Dan. Thank you for coming and saying hello. And I'm excited to see you next week. Danny and I are going to touch each other's faces so much. It's gonna be lovely. So yeah, if you're ever in that situation, please let me come to you. Please. Cause I was like, I need to maximize my time with this old man. Nobody beats the old man, is what I wanted to say. None of you beat meeting this old man. Who I must meet right now. Again. So yeah. But then I hung out in the immersion zone, and I just had such a good time because I had made a bunch of Jet, and so I was handing out, I was trading for Jet. I met up with some people who I met like last year, somebody who there was a guy who tipped me 50 American US dollars. He threw me $50 when I sang. And I wanted to see him. So I told him I was going to have him sign my $50 bill when I saw him. And I did, and he did. And I gave him Chem. I gave him my fake drug. And then we went to the immersion zone. And I gave more people my fake drug. And it was a really, really good time. And then the next day, we got a really late start, and that kind of sucked. And then we went to the immersion zone, and that was cool. And then I actually volunteered for this one, so I went to my shift. And my shift actually sucked so much balls. I was the greeter for the VIP section. For, like, the VIP lounge. So I went to the VIP lounge, and, like, nobody was being the door person at the VIP lounge. There was nobody there. The VIP lounge was there, and I didn't know who was VIP and who was not, who was there. But it turned out it was just a restaurant, and the people there were like, I was like, hey, I'm supposed to be the door person here, and they were like, oh, we can't close this area off because it's like the general restaurant for the hotel that we were at. So, like, they were like, we're actually gonna, like, move the section back here. And I ended up finding my lead, which was really, really hard. They told me her name, but they didn't give me her number or anything else, and I found her. And I guess there had just been, like, disputes about the VIP section all weekend, and also I was the, quote, only person who showed up for my shift. Which I think other people showed up for their shifts, but, like, when they got there and there was literally nobody there and no information about what to actually do, I think that they left. I think that they didn't know what to do, and they didn't know how to get a hold of the lead, and they left. And they also didn't have us they emailed us and gave us our, like, locations for this festival. They were like, you're going to be working here at this time. They didn't ask for us to reply and confirm. We didn't have any meetings beforehand. So, like, I gotta say, I was not happy and I wouldn't do it again. And, like, I just kind of sat in the corner of this restaurant for the last 4 hours of the festival, and I was like, I wish I was doing anything but this. I wish I was anywhere but here, doing anything but this. So yeah, that was kind of the bust of the weekend. But I'm gonna be most likely, unless some things fall through, officially involved with, I mean, you asked me in the RVers, that a whole other conversation. We moved out of our house in Anaheim, and we live in an RV now. The house was, like, too much for us to handle. It was too hot for us to handle. The house is huge. It is huge. And, there's only 2 of us. And we had some other people move in thinking that maybe they could help us with the maintenance and stuff. That didn't really work out. And so we were kind of like, what should we do? What should we do with our lives? Where should we go? And at the time, we had just gone to the Fallout fan celebration in November. And we had such a good time. And we knew that this other one was coming up, and we really loved road trips, and we were like, but we don't like leaving our cats behind, and we don't like staying in hotels. So we were like, let's get an RV. Let's, like, try this shit out. Let's, like, see if we like it. Jury is still kind of out for me. Like, there's a lot of things I love about it. A lot of things I absolutely love about it. And there's other things I really don't. But we spent a lot of time in Vegas, actually. Thank you. But yeah, we got a toy hauler. This is a toy hauler, which you're supposed to haul your toys in, your ATVs and your side-by-sides and whatnot. But instead of that, it's my streaming studio, and also my 3D printer, and also my 2D printer. I made 20 jets for the Wasteland Jamboree in this RV. Yeah, Husbando works from home. I am 2D printer. Yes, exactly. It's so, thank you. I am an overfed starving artist. And Husbando actually has a job. I might try to find, yeah, workshop in the toy hauler. I may try to find a job, at least a seasonal one, in Las Vegas. We love Las Vegas. There's a lot of places for us to stay in Las Vegas, and we are thinking of getting some property outside of Las Vegas. So that is something we're thinking of doing. I'm thinking of getting, there's a lot of jobs that I could do in Las Vegas. It's kind of like the perfect city for somebody like me. First of all, there's all the sinning, which I love. But yeah, there's a ton of, like, performance-based opportunities. There's, like, a ton of bars and stuff. I actually might try to be a bartender at the bar that I like to go to all the time, because I think it wouldn't be the easiest job for me, but I think that it would be fun. And there's a lot of opportunities to, like, work at cool themed bars and just general themed attractions. So I might try to get a job, but next summer we really, or next, like, year, I don't know exactly when we leave, we really want to go to the Northern United States. We really want to go do that. Hubs really wants to see South Dakota, for various reasons. I really want to hang up this phone. I really want to go to Boston, because that is where my character Cherry Bomb is from. Are you in Portland right now? Sark, did you leave? Did you leave LA? I will for sure let you know, because I think that we would be heading up that way. I do believe that is where we would be headed. Oh my god! Okay, well at least I'm not missing you in LA. I have met one other KJ now, who I like, who works at the Fandom Bar in Las Vegas. And Hubs was just like, KJs love you. I'm like, just like two of them. Yes, I want to go there very bad. We're going to park outside of Boston and go into Boston. But yeah, that's where Fallout 4 is set. I want to go do all the stuff you can do in Fallout 4 in Boston. I want to cosplay as Cherry in Boston. I've never been there. I also found out, so, in Country Road, they name drop West Virginia. And people will be like, it's actually about Western Virginia. It's not about West Virginia, actually. And I'm like, they should have thought about that before they said West Virginia, because West Virginia is actually like a state, and they should have thought about that before they said that. So like, there's my beef. Although they do bring up the Blue Ridge Mountains, which I do not believe are actually in West Virginia. They're only in Virginia of the two. So there's that. However, if you actually look into the song Country Roads, they may name drop West Virginia, but it was written while driving down a road in Massachusetts. So Country Roads take me home to the place Cherry Bomb belongs, because she is a native Massachusettan, a native Bostonian. She does not talk about it. She doesn't talk like it. She does talk about it. I'm always like, should I be like talking the con the Harvard Yard? But the character in Fallout doesn't talk like that. Other people talk like that in Fallout 4. But not your character, so I believe that she probably wouldn't talk like that. I have on good authority. You really like Boston, though, might be biased. I've only been for concerts the last couple of years. That might be biased. It might be biased. I love Vegas, even though I stay in, like, potentially the most janky part of Vegas. I don't stay in a nice area of Vegas. I stay where all the trailer parks are. Because I'm in a trailer, is why I do that. And yet, I love Las Vegas so goddamn much. And, like, as somebody who, like, basically lives there now, a good portion of the time, I love it more and more. And every time I'm not in Vegas, I just go, I could be in Vegas. I'm so bleached out right now for some reason. I don't know why. Your son's grandpa was from that area, and he has really blown away by recognizing places in Boston. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. I wish that, like, New Vegas... Now, given, like... So, the older Fallout games are set in California. New Vegas is partially set in California. Mostly set in Nevada. But, like, most of the places that you go are, like, very changed for Fallout. Except for Goodspring. Except for Goodspring. First time I read that you cosplay as Cherry Bomb, I had no context and thought you meant the character from Hazbin Hotel. Yep. Many people do. A lot of people do, and then they get really excited because they want to talk to me about Hazbin Hotel, and they don't realize they're activating my trap card. My trap card being, I have heard just one too many people, and by one I mean 18 million too many people, sing Love in a Bottle. And I'm not trying to come for you. If you like the song Love in a Bottle, I understand. I understand why people like that. But I have heard it sung so much at karaoke. Steph in Vegas sit in a tree. You're going to be sitting in our tree pretty soon, Earth Girl. Earth Girl's coming to the Steph in Vegas tree. Which is a Joshua tree. You're going to come to Joshua tree and sit there with us. We're going to have a lovely time. But yeah, so... I had to tell them no. It is not from Hazbin Hotel. Yes, I've heard that there is a character called Cherry Bomb from Hazbin Hotel. And then saw you from across the country, and I thought I should go over. By the way, I'm not too far from you right now, because I am at the tip of South Carolina. We are not going to be stopping in Georgia, though. We are, like, 20 minutes away or something from Athens. So not from you, but from your state. We are right over here. I was pretty surprised how close to Georgia we were. Because, yeah, that's where we are now. We're in South Carolina, which we already like better than Virginia. But anyway, so yeah, people at karaoke always sing Love in a Bottle, and I thought they were all singing it poorly, and then I listened to it, and I just realized I didn't like the song very much. I don't like it. I just don't like the song, and I get why it's popular, and I absolutely get why people sing it at a bar at karaoke. And I'm like happy for them, but I don't like it that much. So close. I hope you guys gotten some Waffle House at least. Not here. Yes, this is my first one back since we moved out of our house, so I'm hoping to do it more often. I would have done it last 2 weeks, but our internet was not good. But today our internet's fine. Hopefully it is fine for y'all. I don't know if we'll go to Waffle House. There's a lot of good places to eat. In Virginia, here's the thing about Virginia. Virginia is south enough to have Confederate monuments, but not south enough to have good food. Dame, we might come up to Canada. It is so popular at karaoke. They sing a lot of Hazbin Hotel. Like, part of me wants to try Hazbin Hotel. I've, like, given it a bit of a shot. But there's part of it that I'm just like, I just can't imagine I'm going to enjoy it. And that's not, I'm not trying to neg on it. For the people who do enjoy it, I'm just like real about the kind of shows I like to watch. So someday, because so many people I love are so into it, so I do want to give it the old college try. But then I'm worried I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be like annoyed by it by reasons I knew I was going to be, and then I'm gonna become like annoying about it. That's what I'm worried about. You all know how I can be. You prefer Hell of a Boss? I've heard great things about Hell of a Boss too. I should start there. I should watch it. So many of my good friends love it. I should. I will someday. Someday. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I do want to go up to Canada to visit Vero. Vero is in Canada. I am still a bit afraid. I'm a little afraid of crossing the border is a thing. I'm just a little afraid. So we'll see. We'll see how we're feeling. We'll see how we're feeling next year when we're in the northern United States, because I would love to go take my RV to go visit Vero in Saskatchewan. I've visited Vero in Saskatchewan before, and it was lovely. Test. There we go. There we go. All right. Got it. Canada is happy with people, and the problem is getting back to the US. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. All right. I actually unplugged it a little bit. It had to be like reset. Is what, yeah. All right, let me get my, I haven't used stampers in approximately 1,000,000 years. Nerd. Thank you so much for the resub. Holy crap, 50 months. 50 months is insanity. My scrapers, or my stampers, are so dirty. This is probably the cleanest one because it isn't out of its box. It's not out of its case. How are you, Bree? How are you, y'all so-and-so? Where's my tape? I had not, like, I didn't have tape, scotch tape, but I do have blue tape. What theme is 50-year gift? Isn't that a diamond? Or golden? Golden? Isn't that gold? Are we having our golden anniversary, Brie? Our golden month anniversary? You're sick from Alex. Was he on meds? I'm so sorry. You're currently putting your stamping plates that aren't on backings on backings you got on AliExpress. Nice. I have some backings. I could do that. Somebody gave me, I bought somebody's like D-stash. They're like random shit D-stash. And it included a bunch of backing. And that was pretty cool, I thought. It's our golden anniversary already. It is. But yeah, we'll see how we're feeling about the state of shit. I have not used Jet Dealer exactly. Look, we have not been in a state where one can use in a while. Just the legal stuff. Like the marijuana. So there's not been like any using happening here, except for the Jet. Except for so much Jet. Oh yeah, but if everything works out. If everything works out for this upcoming fan celebration, I will be helping out in the immersion zone. I will be dealing chems in the immersion zone. And maybe if you come up to me, and we are not confirmed yet. We are not confirmed. We are still in a process of becoming confirmed. If you come to Good Springs in November and you go to the immersion zone to Junk Alley, and you find Cherry Bomb the chem dealer, and you ask her if she has a Geiger counter, perhaps she tells you that hers is in the shop. Perhaps she gives you a little quest to do. Perhaps she gives you several little quests to do. That involves the Geiger counter shop, I suppose. You're still looking for non-maniology binder sleeves for your plates. You might just end up getting sleeves for currency and baseball cards and junk, you know? That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I also hate that. Oh, what state I am now currently? I am in South Carolina. I'm in South Carolina. We are like moments away from Athens, Georgia. The coolest thing, which is not a cool thing actually. In actuality, this thing isn't cool. It's actually very sad and upsetting. We are in fair play. Fair play, South Carolina, we say. Fair play. But y'all, have you seen Kudzu? Have you seen this shit, my liege? You see me waving? Yeah, I see you. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're okay. Yeah. I thought I saw. I was part of my eye. Yeah. Hello, hi. Hi. Y'all know Kudzu? That shit's crazy. I watched a Wendigoon video about it. It is known as the vine that ate the South. And that shit's crazy. It's this, like, crazy vine. And, like, whole, like, forests are covered in it. And houses. And, like, I kept forgetting to look up what it looks like. I knew... Oh, you know... I'm sure you know Kudzu. I'm sure you know it. I'm sure you see it all the time. Kudzu is a vine from Japan that the U.S. military, is it called Spanish moss as well? The U.S. military, it shouldn't be called Spanish moss because it's Japanese. It is Japanese in origin. The U.S. government was like, plant kudzu. It will help your soil from deteriorating, from eroding. It will help the erosion of your soil. This miracle product. Different guy. Is that flat? Is that weird green flat moss I've been seeing? The weird shit? I think that you are correct about the kudzu tree. Is that the last thing you're saying? Anyway, it is a vine. Hate when invasive species are like cool and pretty. Yeah, exactly. So they imported this stuff from Japan and they were like, plant it. It's good. It's good for you. It's good for you to plant this. And people did. And the thing about kudzu is that it can grow up to 1 foot a day. And in Japan, it's like kind of fine because they have this thing called the kudzu beetle. And the kudzu beetle eats up all the kudzu. And they got this good symbiotic relationship where the kudzu doesn't go fucking insane. I don't know why they've never introduced that beetle here. Perhaps because they were like the last time we decided to do something crazy, this shit happened. So I can kind of understand. Yeah, exactly. Asia has crazy plants. Australia has crazy animals. Asia has crazy plants. America has crazy people. That's how it goes. That's what we have to offer. Is just like fucking insane or weird people. and Europe is just kind of whatever, I guess. Anyway, so yeah. They wanted to. Why didn't they? I mean, I know many reasons why they wouldn't have. I'm gonna pick up some random pictures. This one looks seriously cool. I'm using Elf Respect, I believe this is called. From I'll have to look at it again because I might be wrong. I'm often wrong about this color's name. But I think it's in the direction of, I think this is called something else, but it's actually called Elf Respect. That didn't come up quite as much as I wanted it to, so I'm just going to try it again. I'm just going to try this again. And I do have some, like, alcohol that I feel like might be good. But yeah. But the thing is that the kudzu is so fucking cool. I am, like, kudzu is my problematic thing. And the really shitty thing about kudzu is that because Vicksburg is looking better. Okay. Hopefully they are. Hopefully they are, and it's not, like, ruining the environment in some other new exciting way. The real shitty thing about kudzu is that this happened. Yeah, see those giant leaf plants? Yeah, the south is another planet. Exactly. So that shit all happened. And then they were like, kudzu's edible. Kudzu's like imminently edible. You can eat it kind of like any other leafy green. But the government's like, don't, because they don't want you to like the kudzu. I want this to be cleaner. But I don't know if I can actually, if that's actually something that I can make happen today. Because I don't know if I don't have like my alcohol in a spray bottle or anything. I'm gonna try it one more time. And see if there's something I can do to make this a little cleaner. And if not, it's just not gonna be that, it's just not gonna be the cleanest lines that we've ever seen. But yeah, they were like, don't eat it, don't enjoy the kudzu, because it's bad for the environment, even though there's so much of it, but also because they've tried to kill it so many ways, and like, if you see kudzu out in the wild, you don't know if it's like inherently got some like, yeah, don't you dare enjoy it. Some like, hello, son, hello. You don't know if it's got some like nasty pesticides in it. So it's like, it makes sense why they say not to enjoy it, but it really sucks because like in another world, they could have, yes, hello, Wendy. You can tell by the pixels it's a staff. Anyway, it sucks. Because maybe it could have been a food source. Maybe we could have learned to live better with the kudzu. Maybe we could have learned to love the kudzu. We could have shared the laughter and love with the kudzu, but the government was like, that's like the worst one yet. I think because I did it at a weird angle because I was like, let's try a new thing. Let's try one more time. Try it one more time, and if it's not just absolute dog shit, we're gonna go with it. If it's not just the worst thing I've ever stamped in my life, then we'll go with it. I think there'll be PPU Bingo on Sunday, but Danny and I were discussing changing it to Tuesday because I'm traveling on Sunday at the travel day for me. And we should get... I'm going to Danny. There is a Thousand Trails like right by Danny, and that's not narrowing it down because there's so many Thousand Trails in Texas. I'll try this one actually. Let me try this one. Trying this one, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna like swipe it 2 times. I'm gonna swipe it 2 times. We're gonna pick it up ever so gently. That is much better. And we're just gonna do like an overall weird 90s pattern. No, I needed to use sticky base. Okay. I wonder if I can like scrape this off of it. Yeah, I can. I put down... Okay, we're gonna need a sticky base. This is the first time I have stamped in a dog's age. I'm sure there's a dog who is as old as it has been since I have stamped. So let's let that dry. I'm gonna take this off, and then I'm going to put down some sticky. Yes, we did get the Thousand Trails subscription. And overall, Thousand Trails is amazing. Like, aside from our initial... So Thousand Trails is a camping subscription, which means we paid like a down payment. And I don't remember how much the down payment was, but it wasn't cheap. And then we pay a monthly fee, which is also not a particularly cheap monthly fee. But it is also not more than like most like monthly RV spots would be, and it's much cheaper, much cheaper than like a daily RV spot every day. Yeah, those subscriptions are good, but they're not as all-inclusive. So basically we can stay for the price we pay. And there's lower tiers that are less inclusive, but also still quite inclusive. We can spend up to 3 weeks at a Thousand Trails park and then move to another one immediately and spend up to 3 weeks there and just keep doing that. And then for an individual park, we have to be out for 7 days before we can come back to that park. So like if we wanted to say stay at the Thousand Trails, so I'm looking for my base coat. Yeah. If we wanted to stay at a Thousand Trails in Las Vegas, we would stay at the Thousand Trails for 3 weeks. If like we just wanted to live in Las Vegas and use the Thousand Trails, we could stay at the Thousand Trails for 3 weeks, and then we could go for like $140, stay at like another one of the RV parks nearby. And like that is like 2 nights. If you stay for like a week, that's like 2 nights at another like nice RV park. Thank you. But we averaged like $10 a day. And these parks, they always have like, they're always gated. which like is nice and not nice at the same time. Like in Vegas, because there's so many undesirables around, there's always somebody at the gate, and so you can get like Amazon delivered directly to your door and stuff, and like get food delivered directly to your door. At other ones, like you can't get stuff delivered. You have to like rely on like package, like picking stuff up at locations or whatever, which is annoying. Jesus Christ. Okay. Do I just want to get another stamper? Because this is just... Or do I just want to try cleaning my stamper with the alcohol that I have in some sort of fashion? Here's alcohol. It is not acetone. Not acetone. Not having the acetone as a treat today. Stampers don't get to have acetone as a treat. They can have alcohol as a treat. They don't get acetone as a treat. But the alcohol will help dry it out. And then maybe it'll stick better. The telescope ones usually give you a hard time. How does mail stuff work? So with mail stuff, I have not really tried to mail things to myself on the road. I would try to mail stuff to the Thousand Trails in Las Vegas. Like I said, the staff is always there. And the staff knows us now because we're there all the time. So the staff knows us. So how we generally deal with US mail is we mail it to somebody we know. So Danny currently has a stack of mail for me at her house, including a onesie for X-Tina. One of the things Danny has is a onesie for my doll X-Tina. If we were at Thousand Trails Vegas, they would just be able to deliver it directly to our door. Because like I said, there's somebody at the gate 24 hours a day. Depending on a place that you go, depending on an RV park that you go to, they'll let you have mail delivered. A lot of times they'll be like, you can have stuff delivered, but we're going to charge you $10 a package. If you're residential, I'm sure it's different if you like live there. I'm sure it's different if you're there, but like we accidentally had a package delivered to Thousand Trails Las Vegas and they kept it for us for like a month. And like, they were like, it's like, we didn't know where it was and we called and they were like, we have a package for you. We'll just keep it till you come back. So like, they're super cool. But most Thousand Trails aren't like that. The programs out there, yes, we'll take your mail and collect it and then send to you when you request it. Yes. We sued the service. They can also scan your envelopes to see online. You used this service. I'm assuming you didn't sue the service. I'm assuming that you wouldn't just like say that in the middle of a sentence and not give us more context. Let's see. You were in Reno for your husband. He was bowling in competition. So many balls. Yes. Yes. One time you were in Vegas and I was gonna visit you, but then I got sick and I was very sad. Okay. Let's try this again. These like stamps, y'all, I'm having a time. Okay, I'm having a time. I'm no longer the stamper I once was. But did pick it up better. And on the outside edges, it actually looks good. I might need to buy some new stampers. Because these ones, like, I picked up off, like, my dirty floor. And then, like, they've just been sitting in a bag for, like... I should wash them. I should, like, officially wash them. Y'all know I'm a dirty girl. You always knew I was a dirty girl. Don't pretend like you don't like it. Exactly. I know! This is my first time stamping. It fucking feels like it. I gotta say, it fucking feels like it, Brie. I can still paint my nails with the best of them. Maybe I should try a different locale. Try a different locale. Let's just like fucking go. Okay, that's as good as we're gonna get. Bam. Bam. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It's my first time, it's okay, exactly. Will you hold my hand through my first time, Bree? Be gentle with me. Sorry. Thank you. Let me see what this is. It is called Elf Respect. Is what this this polish is called. It is an incredible neon green stamping polish that, as you can see, actually fucking shows up. It's not the stepdad, it's the dad that stepped up. Yeah. It's very good. Let's try another area. Like maybe this weird little stamp. So yeah, basically I've just been sending it to people, and like we may eventually get one of those delivery services where they like send it, they collect it like you were doing, Bree. We may someday do something like that. I forgot to put down my... I forgot to do my thing. These are just gonna be a bit fucked up, and we're all just gonna have to live with that and be okay with it. It's my first day back. My first day as a woman, and already it's that time of the month. When you use out of Texas, so you're like already halfway there. Yeah. Yeah, I have to decide where you want to use it. So yeah, we might do that. But right now, I've sent some to Danny. And I've sent some a lot to our in-laws. I'm going to pretend that shit I did never happened. And I'm just going to put it down there. I'm just going to add some more up there. What is this design? Who knows? Who knows? We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about what happens on my nail stays on my nail. We don't need to judge what happened here. I do get to visit Danny's pond. Wow, I should have been using this frickin' stamper this whole time. Oh shit, I didn't put down the stuff. Y'all, save me. Save me. Won't you come and save me? Save me. Save me from myself. The green is perfect, it just doesn't frickin' stick. Oh my god. I know. It's okay. It's okay. We're just vibing. Okay? We're just fucking vibing. We are, all of us, and I mean this in a non-gendered way. We are just a beautiful woman vibing. Okay? We're a beautiful woman vibing, and never forget that. Did you ever forget that? I swear to God. I swear to God. I will find you. I will find you. I will take my RB. I will hunt you down. You're just a beautiful woman vibing regardless. Sorry. I don't mean to challenge anybody's gender. But I just want to be like that one polish by Dior Couture, where she was like, this was described, this is inspired by a beautiful woman vibing. Or just like my bottle mixer vibing. I don't have one of those anymore. It broke and I never... All right, you're a creature. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm sorry. You're a beautiful P-word creature to me. I just wanted to be like Gior Couture, okay? I wanted all of us to be like Gior Couture. I can't believe it broke on me. Like, can you believe it? Find you at the Mustard Museum. Vibing at the Mustard Museum? Is there a mustard? I love this idea of the Mustard Museum, but I feel like there is context. I feel like there's context. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Who will save me? Who will save me? It's like too early for me to do this anyway. Okay. Stephanie, calm down, DD. I can't wait till I'm done with this hand so I can do not this on the other hand. I've never... Okay, the first time I ever tried stamping, the Mouse Turds Museum, I would rather not go to the Mouse Turds Museum. I like honey mustard. It's in Wisconsin by the capital, you've been told. Is it okay? There's actually... So I do love mustard. I actually... Who will save my soul when it comes to the stamping now? I don't sing enough Jewel at karaoke. What I haven't been doing. I think the first time I ever sang karaoke, I sang Jewel. And I was approximately 9 years old. You are a fan of certain mustards. Add mustard to your deviled eggs, people. Yeah, people. Get on Bree's level. And add mustard to your goddamn deviled eggs. I haven't ever really met a mustard I don't like. There's mustards that I'm, like, not running to. I'm not running up that mustard. This is a really bad stamp. And I hate it. I had, like, one really good stamp, and then I fucked it up by not using sticky base. Speaking of base, I believe you. I believe there's a museum for everything. There are so many cool museums in Las Vegas, and I don't think I've been to, like, almost any of them. But I really want to. Mustardmuseum.org. Let's... America's favorite condiment museum. It's not America's favorite condiment, that's for sure. Because that's almost certainly ketchup. I'm not saying ketchup's my favorite condiment. I'm just saying that everyone loves ketchup. Yeah. You don't need 99% of condiments? I have not run into Kelly Marissa in Las Vegas, but me and Earth Girl are probably going to go to the cactus garden she loves. And so maybe we'll see her there. And I will try not to be too embarrassing. No promises. Kelly is a very, very, very sweet chick, though. And she was very helpful when I was starting this channel. So I feel like if I was like, hey, I am Stephanie, aka Fanatic here, who used to be in your Patreon, she would at least know who the fuck I was. This is completely unrecognizable. You know so many that put ketchup on their burgers and dip the burger in more ketchup. That's like me. That's me in Thousand Island. Me, like, if you give me something that Thousand Island is, like, ideal for, which for me, Thousand Island, a patty melt, or a grilled cheese, which is kind of like a patty melt without the patty. A melt. Give me a melt and, like, say goodbye. Kiss your whatchamacallit, Thousand Island goodbye. I will add it to it. I will dip it in it. I will snort it. up my nostril, I will go to the hospital and they'll be like, you shouldn't have snorted that Thousand Island. And I'll be like, YOLO. You don't know my life, doctor! Damn it! I gotta redo this. I let it sit too long, and then I threw my stamper. I let it sit too long. Then I snorted Thousand Island. But God help you. God help you. If you serve me Thousand Island on a salad. Like, that just isn't what that's for. Okay. A thing was achieved. A thing was achieved. I can snort. Don't tell me what I can and cannot snort. I guarantee you can snort Thousand Island. Should you snort Thousand Island? I'm not your dad. I'm not here to tell you. I'm not here to give you the rules. I'm just here to tell you what is possible. You're like, Stephanie, in my wildest dreams, could I dare to snort Thousand Island? I'd be like, yeah. Yes, King. Technically, you can snort anything once. Exactly. Okay, so I'm one of those special people who liquids will come out of their nose sometimes. They drink the liquid and then it comes out of their nose sometimes. That's me sometimes. But there is a solid that I swear to God, like most of the times when I eat this solid, it will be coming out of my nose. Can and should are always different, exactly. And that is raw carrots. If I eat raw carrots, if I eat freaking raw carrots, they are coming out of my nose. And I do not know why. And it's not fun or comfortable. You shouldn't snort carrots and you shouldn't do things that cause them to come from your mouth into your nose through the back. This is my expert opinion as someone who has done that too many times. Don't do it. Carrots through your nose. Not even once. But you can, it's true. Depends on what it's for. A lot of different dressings, condiments, honestly, not Thousand Island. Wait, what did Brie ask? What did Sun say? You don't even want to eat Thousand Island if you're being honest. I understand. I used to think Thousand Island was disgusting. And then something changed. One day something had changed within me. Something was not the same. And I was through with playing by the rules of my own game that I had set up where I didn't eat Thousand Island. Do you think it's kind of boring? I get you. Do you not like ketchup? It's just like ketchup and mayo and pickles. And I don't know. It does something to me. You feel like you must be allergic to raw carrots. You're not sure how, but it must be an allergy. I don't think it's an allergy. It just the way that I chew them, and I think I chew them and they don't take on water because they're already like kind of watery, but they're watery and fibrous. And it's just the right shape and weight to just get lodged in my nose somehow. And I don't know. It's just ketchup with more though. It's just ketchup plus. It's just my favorite streaming service, Ketchup Plus. Where I watch all my favorite ketchup shows. God damn it. What is this bullshit? What is this bullshit? Bullshit. Anybody else so bummed that Russell Brand turned out to be such a fucking turd? I know that, like, I have nothing to have based this off of, but I assumed he was good. I assumed he was a cool guy. I assumed he was just like a cool guy. I think when I was younger, I had this idea that British people were better, that they were like better and like more woke and like cooler and everything. And I do not know why I thought that. I don't know why I thought that. But it wasn't true. I think it's just because I liked British stuff. Yeah, he's so gross. You're not shocked. Honestly, he seemed gross. Like I thought it was just all an act that he was gross. And I guess I thought that like because it was an act that he was gross and he wasn't gross. Anyway, I'm not like ashamed of myself for not realizing he was gross. But dude, what the fuck is my question? My question for Russell Brand is the fuck, man. Okay. Yes! Alright. Alright. We got Sticky down. So I don't need to, like, do this really fast, so I can even, like, clean it. Just don't... I gotta be so careful cleaning it that I don't fuck it up. I gotta be so careful. The care I must be full of is like... I'm having it up to here with this care. I'm having it up to here. Have it up to here. Gwen Stefani, speaking of having it up to here, also a turd. And like that, and if you saw that coming, from the No Doubt days, from like the early No Doubt days, then I think that's a coincidence. I think that's if you saw that coming, if you saw Gwen Stefani becoming a trad wife, I think it was a coincidence. I don't think that your opinion on that was based on fact. I totally believe that other people had signs of Russell Brand. I would not believe that though about her. I don't think the signs were there all along. What the heck happened? It has been so weird. Hello, Spooky Mouse. Hello. Yeah. What? I just don't understand who in this day and age like sees that. Who in this day and age sees that lifestyle, that vibe, that ideology, and is like, I'm gonna stop being a cool person. She did sing Bathwater. I like Bathwater because like Bathwater is like a needy woman kind of song. But also, like, I don't think that it is inherently... Not that I'm saying you're saying this. This is just, I don't know. This is the tangent I'm going on from what you said. My thoughts on Bathwater, because I think about that song a lot. I'm a strong lady-ish. But also, sometimes I'm a fucking simp, you know? And I think it's okay. But what the hell? Pray for pay. Pray for pay. Yes. They have a cat butt. I admit, I still love to wash in your old Bathwater free. I still sneak into your house. What the fuck? Why is this on sale at the Mustard Museum? I don't really want to share it because my screen sharing right now is very bad. But I will. As I say that, I'll fix this for next time. I have my second monitor off. And I wasn't prepared. I was not prepared. I could, I suppose, make this actually work. I could actually make this work. Hold on. Let's see. Can I bring this forward? Yay! And can I display capture automatic? Display? Can I just display? Can I just display a window? Oh, I have display capture on and not window capture. So if I do window capture. Okay. Select a window to capture. I only have one instance of Chrome open. Yes. Yes. And if we move it back, back, and if we just delete this, remove that, I do want to remove that, and then we just like, get this shit in order. Yay! Yay! You should say you didn't see your trinket trad wife though. Saying there were some signs, yeah. I can see that, I can see that. Oh, thank you, Vero, thank you. I was never a huge No Doubt fan. Let me show you all this cat butt before I get back on this topic. Why this is for sale at the, in the mustard shop. Your guess is as good as mine. But they love cat butt at the mustard shop is the thing. I know I didn't have to, but I wanted to. I was using it as a learning moment for myself. Look, I'm not going to set it up when I'm not on stream. I got to set it up when I am on stream. My glasses are so foggy. It's because y'all are turning me on so much. I'm just so hot right now. I really liked No Doubt because they were from Orange County and so was I. I wasn't like the biggest fan. But I had learned to appreciate them even more when I got older. And also, like, here's the thing about, like, one thing I noticed. Gwen Stefani's music dematured very fast after No Doubt fell apart. If you listen to the songs that No Doubt released, and then you listen to the stuff that, I don't know her song Only 16. Maybe I do. I probably do. But then you listen to the stuff that she wrote or somebody else wrote or something. I'm not sure if she wrote her own songs or not. When she was doing solo, like, she had been in high school in No Doubt, writing like good shit, like Just a Girl. I think Just a Girl is like a feminist manifesto, basically. And then she writes like, or sings, I don't know, This Shit Is Bananas, and it's all about like being in high school, and I'm like, honey, you're done with that. I hate to say this, but grow up. But grow the fuck up. We're done. She wrote it with Pharrell. Pharrell's got problems too. I will say though, I know that Pharrell wrote the song Happy as kind of like, it was kind of like a fuck you. I know he hates that song and he wrote it as just kind of like okay, you want me to write the most like saccharine, sweet, shitty song ever? Sure, whatever, I'll write it. But I have to say, in all seriousness, I legit love the song Happy from Despicable Me 2. And when they performed it at the Academy Awards, the year it was nominated, there was this little boy who was like in the dancing people, the people who were dancing to the song in the musical number. And he was the cutest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. So yeah, I'm like, Mr. Pharrell, I know you don't like your own song, but unironically, I do. I do like your own song. What was the diss track for Courtney Love? Oh, Oh, dismiss Gwen as a stupid cheerleader instead of the insults get to her. Spawning lean into the cheerleader setting in her music video and flip the narrative. I guess it didn't really flip the narrative for me. I gotta say, it flipped the narrative. It did not. I said it didn't flip the narrative, then I said it flipped the narrative, and now I'm gonna say it didn't flip the narrative. So for me, she did that thing in satire where you just do the thing. You're like, I'm trying to do satire, but I failed at satire, and now I'm just the thing. Now I'm just John Carpenter's The Thing. I'm flip-flopping the narrative over here. I'm John Carpenter's The Thing. And what I do best, flip-flop that narrative. I love being John Carpenter's The Thing. When you're John Carpenter's The Thing, you can be anything you want to be. Until someone comes at you with a flamethrower. Maybe it seemed like it did bother her enough since she made the song. That's true, you know? And that maybe is why I don't like the song. I'm like, just don't listen to Courtney Love. Like, I don't know enough about Courtney Love to not be a minor Courtney Love fan. I know a lot of people have a lot of strong opinions about her. I kind of like her. But so often I see people do... I don't know. It makes me sad when one celebrity says something about another celebrity and the other celebrity takes it so fucking seriously that they like make a big deal about it. I'm like, move on. Nobody cares. Like, you care about this so much more than everybody else. Like when frickin' Quentin Tarantino was saying mean things about actors. Like, I don't actually know what the actors he was saying mean things about actually were like really feeling about it, but the media was making such a big deal about it that it made me feel like the actors were like making a big deal, and they probably weren't. The media was probably just like asking them all the time, like, what do you think? What do you think about these things that Quentin Tarantino said about you? And then the actors were like, you know, makes me feel sad. And I'm like, valid. Like, yeah. I also wouldn't be happy if Quentin Tarantino were saying, like, bad shit about me. However, maybe I would like it because, like, he'd be talking about me, and I don't even like Quentin Tarantino. So, like, that'd be kind of a W for me. Like, that'd be a win for me. If Quentin Tarantino started, like, trash-talking me randomly, and it was, like, just about, like, my like, art, and not about, like, an actual serious accusation, I would be like, yo, he's talking about me, though. I would never show Quentin Tarantino my feet. I have heard people want to blame her for Kurt Cobain's death. I don't know enough about it to know if that's at all valid. I do assume that we literally do not know enough because we are not them or personal friends with them or their families. That's generally my philosophy in these things, is that we literally could never know. Shit like that. We could literally never know. Still have whole songs on your non-K-pop playlist. You still love their cover of Celebrity Skin. I love their cover of Celebrity Skin. Excuse me. You still have doubts? You're allowed to have doubts, for sure. You're allowed to have doubts. And curiosities. I love weird YouTube stuff. I like to be weird YouTube stuff sometimes. Just sometimes. You like JC's vampires. I'm assuming John Carpenter's. What has he done vampire-wise? Yeah. You can post it on my server. Bree, you can post anything on my server. You know this. Reason that in that genre of people, you're in that genre of people. You're the kind of person in my life who can just do whatever. overall, my Discord is pretty much it. I don't know. I mean, I love you enough to like warn you. To warn you, if you post something that I'm like, ooh, not that, I would at least delete it and talk to you about it. I can't see your toes, they're invisible. Here's the thing. People always say feet are free, and then I offer to pay, and suddenly feet aren't for purchase either. I feel like you should include that. If you're like, if I pay you first, do I get feet? or is this just your coy way of saying no feet ever? Yes, this is Diet Dr. Pepper that I'm drinking. Personally, I don't think that CL was responsible for Casey's death. He is a very troubled individual, was already into drugs when he met her. Yeah. And also, like, this is going to sound like I know nothing. I know nothing. I am, however, a troubled individual who's had many mental health issues. Some of which very recently. And continuously. It is really complicated being the partner of somebody with very serious mental health issues. And like, I just feel like that to a certain point, it's hard to judge things from the outside. To a certain point. Like, I'm not gonna be like, and then she stabbed him with a knife 10 times. But she was probably really upset because he had health problems. That's not. I'm just saying, like, sometimes something might be said in anger or something like that, and people feel like you're the reason that something happened. And it's like, well, no, it was like, you know, it was a complicated situation, and like, sometimes people have mental health problems, and also they're being an asshole, and also you have a fight, and then also something unfortunate happens. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the person who like wasn't as sick mentally, who said something unfortunate, is the problem, like is the reason that something happened. If you get my drift, you know what I mean? Like, there are things that are crimes, and you know, and then there's things that are unfortunate things, you know? And when you are in love with and living with and love a person with very bad mental health, it's really difficult. It is really fucking difficult to, like, to cope with perfectly 100% of the time, you know? And that's why it's so important that if you are experiencing mental health issues that are severe mental health issues, that you do seek help outside of your partner and your immediate family. You know, because like, if you love your family, you need to get help outside of them, because they're not your therapist. Even if they are a therapist, they're not your therapist, and they're not perfect either. And coping with your family is always going to bring a lot of like personal stuff. So like, it's really important to have other people to support you in your life. Anyway, exactly. Even a mental health professional can't respond perfectly all the time. Exactly. And like, depression and, you know, many other mental health disorders, like, they can be a deadly disease, and sometimes nobody can fix that. Sometimes nobody can do exactly the right thing at the right time, you know, and people need to have boundaries. Like, it's so complicated, and, you know, it all comes down to the fact that we need better support overall for everybody in this world. because so much of this stuff, like, so much of this stuff could be handled if people weren't able to reach a rock bottom where it feels like there is no way out. And I feel like that is a place that we can get to as a society, where at the end of the day, you at least know you're gonna, like, have food and a bed, and, like, you know, your children aren't gonna starve, and stuff like that. I know I'm getting, like, so serious, but you know how it is in this stream. But yeah. Obviously, that's not always gonna fix everything, and there's plenty of celebrities, like Kurt Cobain, who, like, you know, they have plenty of money and whatever, but, like, but I do feel like that would be a big step. That would be a big step, is getting to a place where, like, we're in a place now in our world where, like, people can objectively reach rock bottom and, like, be shit out of luck. And it don't gotta be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't have to be that way. We don't have to live in a society. I mean, we have to live in a society until it gets better, but, like, the world does, it's a policy choice. Exactly. Desperation, driving people to desperation is a policy choice. And, yeah. And we should make it better. I am such a terrifying leftist. The thing about me that scares people so much is that I don't want people to have objective reasons to think that maybe they would be better off not existing. I don't want a world where people are like, actually, this might be a solution. I hope that someday we don't live in that world. You know, where you, like, have to stay in a marriage because, like, not only, and this is not me, by the way, I love my spouse so much, but, like, you know, like, you're in a marriage you can't leave because, like, either you depend on it for finances or your spouse depends on you and you can't just, like, both live the lives that you want, so you just live in a misery or something like that. Like, it's tough shit. It's tough times. Ew, why do I care about others? Because sometimes I am an other, is the thing. And also, I don't know. I'm not into all this shit, but there's this dude called Jesus that sometimes I agree with stuff he said. But also other people who aren't Jesus, too. Just, like, general... Like, most religions have a basis of, like, don't let people starve. And do good to others. But yeah, anyway. All this to say, when something tragic happens and somebody takes their own life, it's very easy to blame other people and for us to blame ourselves if we are one of the other people around. And it's very, very complicated, and there's usually not a clear answer. Yeah, exactly. I don't know how to explain that you should care about other people. Exactly. Yeah, you should just care about other people. One really cool thing that happened in West Virginia is that we met one of, and now this is from their mouths, but I believe them. We went to this coffee shop that was having a what was it? A talent show. But nobody showed up but us. But we did get to have a really, really long conversation with the owners and their friends. And they were one of, they say, the only, like, allies in the area. And they had gotten, like, you know, queer allies. They had gotten, like, bricks thrown through their windows and stuff. And I guess the churches around there, a lot of them, like, require, like, a background check and, like, your tax return and, like, proof that you're not, like, a delinquent, you know, because, like, why, you know, obviously it's, like, Still come to our church and have your soul saved if you have anything that needs your soul saved for. Not that I think you need your soul saved. I think you should all just go to hell. Because that's where I will be. But yeah, we had like a really long conversation with them and it was really, really nice. And they were right next to like, it was like this coffee shop that was also a performance space. And then right next door was their like mom's, there was a couple and one of their mom's restaurants was next door. So we like got to meet them and hang out and we bought some of their stuff. I bought a present for Danny that I'm going to give her on Sunday, presumably. We ate at the restaurant and I don't know, it just felt really good. We bought some of their, yeah, you have to be like us. We bought like one of their kids. I think the people who owned its niece or something was making like buttons that were like queer cryptids and they were super cute. Sometimes I hope hell is real, so all the so-called Christians go there. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, what the fuck, y'all? That's all I gotta say. I'm going on with Cadillac or mascot. On my right hand. Beautiful neon pink with blue glitters. I bought this with mediocre Manny's. At the now extinct, defunct, What's Up Nail Store in Arizona. It was very cool to go. Yeah, you really get to like, it's crazy, Brie. It's like crazy the things that we know now that we never would have known about people and places and lifestyles. Like one thing, it was really, really funny. You place your first Cadillac or polish it. It's got 3 thermals. Cadillac's thermals are mwah, chef's kiss. Just incredible. Just incredible. So the thing, somebody asked us in Virginia, and I posted about this in the Discord. The day before we left, somebody asked us what the weirdest thing was about Virginia. And we told them it was that the houses, they didn't have fences. And they probably do in some locations, in some areas. But I was like seeing the houses. And I was like mentioning to Husbando, like, these are different. Like these, like there's something about these. And I thought like, at first I thought it was that they were like a like medium-sized house on like a large plot of land. And that was weird to me. And then I realized that they just didn't have any like fences around them. They were just like standing open in a field. These houses. And it was just like, that would drive me nuts. That would drive me freaking nuts. Heard that Sundown Town still exists in some southern states. Can anyone confirm or deny that? I cannot confirm or deny. I wouldn't know though. There probably is. Is my guess. A sundown town generally means, in my experience, and what I know, not my experience, but what I've heard, a town where people of color are not welcome after sundown. They have signs that say things I will not repeat here. About people being in that town after sundown. And if you are, you might get hurt real bad. and you may or may not get any justice because of who would be picking up your case, things like that. Yes, exactly. Yes. I know that there are still cities. There is at least one city that like has billboards. It's like the whitest city in America. I've not passed it. I have not gone. I don't know where it is, but I know I've heard of it. And I've seen like pictures of their billboards. Yeah, it's super gross. We were right outside of Lynchburg, and it definitely wasn't that way. I would believe that. I believe that about Tennessee. I don't know too much about Tennessee, except for they've had some very unfortunate laws recently. That's good. I'm glad they all failed. The thing is that, like, I'm really starting to, like, I do feel like the extremists in these ideas are really the minority. It's just that there's a lot of people, A, there's a lot of gerrymandering, and then B, there's a lot of people who, like, do not believe things are this bad. That don't believe those people exist or exist in enough numbers to do harm. And they're still, like, in this weird idea that, like, they can, like, vote for things for, like, quote, financial reasons or whatever. And they're wrong. And obviously the financial reasons are bullshit now too. Like, it's like, who's getting more money? Anybody? Does anybody get, like, even the, like, right now, it's like, literally, is this working for anybody? Not even, like, are the richer getting richer right now? I don't even know. I don't actually even know. As a kid hearing gerrymandering, I like Mandarin Origins. Who opposes that? Yeah, it really sucks. Like, obviously, I hated you-know-who. Forever. And I hate him for so many things. But when we got our RV and then went to war with Iran for literally zero fucking reason, and then the gas prices skyrocketed, it was like, dude, like, this was your thing. This was your thing that you were supposed to, that you said you were going to act like. You can't even do your thing. You can't even do the thing that you said that you wholeheartedly wanted to do. Fuck you. In Canada, you have a non-political organization that draws all your voting borders. I fucking wish that were us. I wish that were me. Goya mayo ketchup? You're stuck with Heinz mayo ketchup? Oh. I didn't know Goya made mayo ketchup. Yeah. Yeah, it's up to the courts to enforce stuff and police to arrest people. I mean, we're talking about gerrymandering, but, like, I'm also talking about other things. I saw this thing about missing persons the other day when Dagoon made a new video. Just about some missing persons cases he thought were interesting. And there's one that, like, just from the video he made, and, like, I'm not even gonna mention the name of, like, the missing person, but it really just seems like this dude got, like, murdered by somebody, and then there was just an immediate police cover-up. And that can fucking happen. If you're in an area where the police just don't care or are implicit, that can literally just happen. Where it's like, oh no, all the evidence is gone. And we don't know anything. And it's like, there should be no reason you know nothing. There should be no way that this person just went missing. And they're like, I don't know. Who could know? I found 2 joints on him, so clearly he was a raving drug addict. You never know what those types are up to. Anyway. Yeah. I hate having to gerrymander. I hate having to counter gerrymander. Yes, me too, Bree. Katy Perry went to space is now promoting environmentalist movement. You know how much fuel that fucking trip burned? Look, Katy Perry isn't the worst person in the world, but like, Jesus Christ, Katy Perry, just nobody cares. Just sit down. Just who cares? Just leave. Just you don't have to be Katy Perry. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are irrelevant. And that's fine. Me too. Girl, me too. Katy Perry was married to Russell Brand. Coincidence? I think not. You know? I don't think Katy Perry's as bad as Russell Brand. In any way. But yeah, maybe not. Maybe not the brightest person, the coolest person. I don't even think, I just like, okay, forgive me. I don't know Katy Perry. I don't know anything really about her, except for that she is clueless. But she's like, clueless. She just seems so clueless. And I'm just like, girl, just do something else with your life. Just do something else. Anyway. The Blue Sage should decide what we want to do. Yeah, exactly. Katie, look, I'm relevant. No, you're not. What did she do with the nuns? I remember there being a nun thing. But what was the nun thing? I thought Katy Perry and Russell Brand were cute back in the day. I read an article, an interview with Russell Brand, and he was like talking about how like his life had changed since he'd gotten together with her. And that he was like, oh, I used to always be like, my problems used to always be like, the police are coming with sniffer dogs. We have to like flush the drugs. And now his like problems were like so much less. They were just so much less urgent. And at the time I was like, good for him. But now I'm not like good for him. Now I'm like, not good for you. Exactly. Exactly. You know, I don't like to say that anybody is stupid because we're all smart in different ways. For sure. And Katy Perry can do some stuff that I can't do. But also, like, she's doing some stuff that makes her look very dumb. Matty B. Stewart, look what I can do. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, she, like, kicked out some nuns? She sued to get their house? Why? I will never understand. She can shoot whipped cream out of her candy frost. You know what? Like, I respect that about her. If she was just like, hi, I'm Katy Perry, and I'm here to shoot whipped cream out of my boobies. I'm like, yeah. Yes, queen. I would be first in line. I'd be first in line for the whipped cream. But, that's not what she's doing. And, like I said, you know, like the spaceflight thing was dumb and stupid. Nothing that she's doing is like straight to hell. Straight to jail. It's just like, you're so cringe, girl. You're so cringe. She said she has stories about him that stayed silent. That sucks. That's bad. I don't even know what to do about that. Katy Perry's and Justin Trudeau. They just have such like clueless white people vibes. They were made for each other. Just clueless white people vibes. Y'all, I'm done with my nails. And also my voice is tired. But I did my nails. Do they look good? This one sure absolutely does. This one looks great. This one is like, okay. It's okay. PBU bingo is probably Sunday. Probably Sunday. There is a chance that Hubs and I are going to have like some travel issues. We're traveling that day. And there's a possibility that Danny might have some issues. She's getting her house worked on. But probably Sunday. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me on this day of my daughter's wedding. Soft date Sunday. On Sunday, we'll have a soft date. And then on Monday, it's going to be a hard date. You know what I mean? Thank you. They both look good. Can I do better? Yeah. Could I do better today? No. Today I can't. But someday. Soon. And for the rest of your life. I will always be better than this at nail art. After this. After today, I'll always be better at this. Thank you, son. I can't think of any of your staffing off the top of my head. My thumb looks pretty good. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. All right, folks. So yeah, you'll see me either on Sunday or like Tuesday, probably on Sunday. And then I'm gonna try to stream like once a week if I can be at locations that allow me to stream. We streamed real good today, and we were not on a Starlink. We were using this like boosted Wi-Fi 5G thing, so that's super cool. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to hang out again. It's so good. Yes. And our friend Steve, me and Danny, Steph, and Jeff, and Danny, and Steph, and our friend Steve. Steve. I hope somebody makes a polish after that, Steve. After our friend Steve. Are we gay for Steve? I think we might be. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. And I hope that we can make this a thing. That we can make this a soft date. A soft date that leads to hard date. You know? All right. Oh yes, there's an anime club tonight in the Discord. Can I get an exclamation point Discord? If any of you are somehow not in the Discord, I feel like you all are in the Discord. But if you're not, go to the Discord. Danny is watching, they're watching anime. Thank you, Bree. Thank you, son. Tonight, I don't know what you're watching, but you're watching a thing. Thank you, Wendy. You're late, but thank you. Yeah, they're watching stuff. You can watch stuff together. Pride Month's coming up. So we'll be watching some gay shit next month on Fridays. For sure. We love the gay shit. But yes, okay. Fashionably late, yes. We love that. All right, you're so welcome. Thank you all for coming. And Nelly, this might have been the first time that you've attended live one of my solo streams. Sounds gay. We're all in. Everyone, yes. Kissing dates leads to other things. Dates, exactly.